Okay? Finance is already part of this. So I will go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on National Planning and Economic Development, Appropriation and Finance for further legislative action, and they are given 2 weeks to report back to the House. Thank you. The Leader of the House, please, can you move that we suspend our rules to take additional motions?
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues. Abdullah Ibrahim Halim is my name. I represent the wonderful people of Ankpa Omalola Federal Constituency. I hereby move that the House suspend its relevant rule to enable us to take further motions of urgent public importance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that we do suspend relevant sections of our rules, particularly Order 8, Rule 5.4, to enable us to take more than 3 matters of urgent public importance. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable colleagues, it is my honor and privilege to call on Right Honorable Ino Garba, member representing Yamal Deba Federal Constituency, to move his motion, if he's around.
I am around, sir. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, Ian Zazo, PhD, my dear colleagues, I am Right Honorable Ino Garba, member representing the good people of Yamal Deba Federal Constituency. I am from Gombe State. I rise this morning to ask that Order 8, Rule 5 should be suspended for the House to allow me to move a motion I consider to be a matter of urgent public importance, that the federal government intervene the federal intervention following the destruction of homes, shops, and businesses in Kuri and other villages in Yamatudeba Federal Constituency, Gombe State, due to the recent heavy downpour and heavy storm. Mr. Speaker, I so move, sir.
Any patriot from Gombe to second? Only two. Eh? Since he is from the opposition, let me allow the majority party to second from Gombe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Usman Bello Kumo, my name, representing Akko Federal Constituency. I am from Gombe State. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my neighbor and colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Ali Jesse, would you want to second the second leg?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my very respected honorable colleagues. I am Ali Jesse, representing Balanga Plenary Federal Constituency from Gombe State. I rise to second the second leg of the motion moved by my brother, Right Honorable Ino Agarba. I hereby second, sir. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Ino, please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, my fellow colleagues, as you know, I am Right Honorable Ino Garba, Zannamin Yamal to Makamandeba, a neighbor to Majority Whip and a brother to Minority Whip from Gombe State. Member representing Yamal to the Federal Constituency, I am from Gombe State, sir. The House notes with grave concern that recent devastating heavy downpour and storm that swept through Kuri and several other villages in Yamatu Federal Constituency, Gombe State, causing widespread destruction of homes, shops, and businesses. The House further notes that Kuri, known for hosting one of the largest markets in Gombe State, is a significant hub for commerce and business activities, which has now been severely impacted, having many families and business owners in state of despair and financial loss. Aware that the magnitude of the destruction has left many residents homeless, jobless, and without means of livelihood, further worsening the socio-economic challenges of the affected communities. Concerned that the victims of this natural disaster are in urgent need of humanitarian assistance, relief materials, and economic support to rebuild their lives and restore normalcy in the affected areas. Cognizance that importance of federal agencies and relevant bodies in providing prompt intervention in such disaster and disaster situation to alleviate the sufferings of the victims and prevent further deterioration of their living conditions. The House resolved, Mr. Speaker. 1. All the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation to urgently provide assistance in the form of relief materials to the victims of the storm and downpour in Kuri and other affected villages within Yamatu Federal Constituency in Gombe State. Call on Northeast Development Commission to intervene by providing necessary support materials, including building materials, food items, and other essential relief materials to support the victims in rebuilding their homes and businesses. All the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to urgently come to the aid and rescue of the victims by deploying emergency response to the affected victims. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That call on Hyperdeck, Power Producing Area Development Commission, which Gombe State is part of Hyperdeck under that Inqua Dam, where Marbon Electric Generation Genco is, as of now, is discharging their businesses in that area. Then Hyperdeck to intervene by providing relief materials and support to the victims of these affected communities. Lastly, mandate the House Committee on Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance on this motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, my dear colleagues. I so move.
Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mudashiru Lukman Alani is my name. Speaking for the good people of Iwo Ayedire Olaoluwa Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, I'm from Osun State. I rise this morning, Mr. Speaker, to second the motion ably moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Before I put the question, I want the chair rules to guide me accordingly, whether Gombe is part of Hyperdeck or not.
Work in progress, Mr. Speaker.
It's not so, right? It's not, Honorable Sada? Okay. Honorable Linua, I hope you have heard, because I'm also a bit curious.
Mr. Speaker, Gombe State is part of Hyperdeck as I'm talking to you.
Is the chairman, that committee is here? Committee on Hyperdeck, Honorable Pascal? He is not here. Well, subject to confirmation, whatever I'm going to announce will be subject to confirmation.
I agree to that. Gombe State is part of Hyperdeck, Mr. Speaker.
It's okay, it's okay. So, did we get a seconder for the motion already? Okay. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Northeast Development, National Emergency and Preparedness, and Hypertech, if it is confirmed that Gombe is a beneficiary state. Thank you. The next motion is coming from Honorable Bello Isa Ambaruna. If Honorable Ambaruna is around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, I am Bello Isa Ambarura, member representing Gorabawa Ilela Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I rise up to crave the indulgence of this honorable House to set aside the relevant rules in order to present a motion on urgent need for the federal government to approve or release relief materials to the victims of flood disaster in Ilela and Goraba Federal Constituency of Sokoto State. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to the first leg? Honorable Idem.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Idem Unyime, member representing Ukanafun, Orogon and Federal Constituency of Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. The second leg of the motion. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, my name still remains Honorable Velas and Shinkafi. I represent the entire people of Shinkafi's Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I am from Zamfara State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the second leg of this very motion, ably raised by my honorable colleagues. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Please proceed and make it brief, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the House Minister noted that this year's flood has almost affected all the local government areas in Sokoto State, with Ilela and Godbawa being the worst hit. Furthermore, the House Minister noted that destruction caused by this flood is severe, with hundreds of houses and farmlands destroyed, leaving people homeless. It has also wiped out farmlands, leading to food shortage in the affected communities. Concerns that the extent of the destruction caused by the devastating flood in Ilela and Godabawa has adversely affected most communities, particularly in Kalmalo, Araba, Lakoda, Darna Sabongari, Mamande, Gigane, and Salame, to mention just a few. The House may wish to further note concerns that, despite the effort of the state government and my office to ameliorate the suffering of the victims, the flood in Ilela and Guadabawa, a local government area, it has not adequately addressed the food crisis and health challenges being faced by the victims. Mr. Speaker, the House worries that this source of livelihood has been destroyed by the flood, and many towns and villages submerged by water. Food crops such as millet, sorghum, rice, beans, etc. have been washed away by the water. Mr. Speaker, if urgent attention is not given to the victims by providing relief materials, the situation will degenerate to an unmanageable catastrophe and loss of life in the area. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the House may resolve that to urge the federal government to direct National Emergency Management Agency to, as a matter of urgency, provide relief materials to the flood victims in Ilela and Guadabawa to alleviate their suffering. Mandate the Committee on Emergency and Disaster Preparedness and Legislative to ensure compliance. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, distinguished colleagues, for the honor.
Seconder, Honorable Miga.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm also Saidu Yusuf Miga. I represent Jahu Miga Federal Constituency. I'm from Jigawa State. I rise to second the motion ably moved by our...
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on National Emergency and Disaster Preparedness for further legislative action. The next motion is coming from Right Honorable Oke Chinda, the Minority Leader. If he is around, let him move. If he is not, we'll move to other important businesses.
By the grace of God, sir, he's around. Very grateful, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate you, my very respected colleagues, for the opportunity. My name is Kingsley Chinda. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I am drawing strength
Honorable
from...
Kumo, order. Order, Honorable Kumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, I draw authority and strength from Order 8, Rule 5 of our House Rule to pray that we consider this matter as one that is urgent and of very great importance to the Nigerian populace. Is the issue of the increase in the pump price of petroleum products, which took effect last week. And you can all agree with me that ever since this happened, particularly for those of us who are seated in these green chambers, our people have been on us. Nigerians have been groaning under the pain. Every other sector has been affected. And we are expected to discuss this issue as one that is important and urgent, else we might compel Nigerians to take the laws into their hands and discuss it on our behalf. I would therefore want to pray that we see this matter as one that is urgent and very important. And again, let me also inform us that we have 111 members that are sponsoring this motion across political line, across tribe, across religion, because this affects all of us as Nigerians. I would therefore pray that we see this as very important and urgent for this House to deliberate this afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Dr. Patrick.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Reps. My name is Honorable Dr. Patrick Umar. I represent the entire people of Ikorekbene, Esienudim, Oborokara Federal Constituency, my proud son of Akwa Ibom State. The Speaker, I rise to second the motion that this is urgent enough to be taken by no less a member than the minority leader of this House. I so second.
Those in support
Order,
of the motion
please.
should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg. Honorable Agilo.
Can't say anything today. Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, Ian Zazo, GCON. My name is Umar Agilo. I'm a member representing Makarpi and Kudan Federal Constituency. I am from the northwestern Nigeria of Kaduna State. I rise to second the very important motions like this, ably moved by my leader. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I so second. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Chenda, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Please kindly permit me to allow the Deputy Minority Leader to take the motion, sir.
Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, may I read the motion? Urgent need to suspend the increase of cost of petrol and cooking gas in the country. The House, aware that Nigeria as an oil-producing nation has historically relied on petroleum products and cooking gas, LPG, as essential sources of energy for both domestic and industrial purposes. Concerned that in the recent months, the prices of petrol and cooking gas have skyrocketed and continue to do so, creating an unsustainable financial burden on ordinary Nigerians and excavating the cost of living. Noting that the removal of fuel subsidies, coupled with global oil price volatility and the depreciation of the Naira, has contributed significantly to the rising cost of petrol at the pump and cooking gas for households. Worried that the escalating fuel and gas prices are impacting the cost of transportation, food, essential goods, and health care, further increasing inflation and pushing many families into deeper financial hardship. Further concerned that businesses, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises, are struggling to manage their operational costs due to increased fuel prices, threatening economic stability and job security. Acknowledge that the federal government has previously announced plans to repair domestic refineries and boost local refining capacity to address some of these issues, but has yet to deliver significant results in this regard. Mindful that the rising cost of petrol and cooking gas poses significant threat to livelihood of millions of Nigerians, and unchecked inflation pressure caused by increased prices can lead to social unrest, increased poverty rate, and negative long-term economic effects. Also worried that unless urgent and pragmatic steps are taken to control the rising cost of petrol and cooking gas, the nation will go into economic crisis, leading into negative outcomes like increased crime rate and mortality. Resolve to call on the federal government to reverse the recent farm price hike and take immediate steps to stabilize petrol and cooking gas prices through targeted intervention, such as temporary price relief measures, tax reduction, or subsidies on LPG for low-income households. Call on the National
Nigerian Petroleum Corporation, NNPCL, Ministry of Petroleum Resources, and other relevant agencies to expedite the repair/maintenance of domestic refineries and increase local refining capacity as a stopgap measure to reduce the dependence on imported refined petroleum products. Urge the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to implement monetary policies that will mitigate the adverse effect of fuel price hike on inflation, particularly with regards to essential goods and services. Encourage the federal government to explore alternative energy sources and diversify the country's energy mix to reduce reliance on petrol and gas, promoting renewable energy solutions that are more sustainable and affordable in the long run. Encourage state government to adopt policies that alleviate the financial burden on their citizens, such as waiving taxes or levies or transportation and goods and services. Mandate the House Committee on Petroleum, Downstream, and Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance and report back to the House within 2 weeks for further legislative action. I so submit, sir.
Any seconder to this motion? Honorable Kelechi.
The right, the Honorable Speaker, the most respected Speaker of this Parliament, I remain Honorable Kelechi Nwogu. I'm from Rivers State, the treasure base of the nation. I represent the people of Echie Omama constituency. I rise to second the motion moved by my senior colleague. I so second.
Order, please.
Before I put the question, I don't know whether we have some contributions.
Amendment, sir.
Yes. Let's start with contribution, then amendment. Are you for contribution or amendment?
Yes, contribution, Mr. Chair.
Contribution.
Mr. Yes.
Please kickstart.
Mr. Speaker, this is a timely motion, but however, it has been taken over by events.
Order, please.
No problem. It's a general problem, so we take it anyway.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for
doesn't
protecting
matter.
me.
You understand?
Mr. Speaker,
Once
the
he speaks,
minority
you also
the
have the
minority
opportunity
are
to
trying to
speak.
harass people.
He's been intimidated by your...
Mr. Speaker, this motion has been taken over by events based on the resolution and the directives of this House. This House, I could remember, established a committee to look holistically the oil industry, the issues surrounding it, establish a joint committee between the House and the Senate to look at all these issues. And God so kind, the minority leader is a member of that committee.
Okay.
So it's like we're turning the clock hand behind and trying to complicate the resolution, the directives, and the workings of that committee. Because it's part of the resolution of the House to look at these issues when the TOR, the terms of reference, was given to that committee, which I am a member, which the minority leader is a member.
Okay. What is your point of order, Abdul Samad?
Please. Order, please. Honorable colleague, please return to your seat. Honorable Koko, return to your seat, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I come under Order 9, Rule 1.4, which is the rules of debate, Mr. Speaker, which you have already instructed that, based on this order, that those for the motion should speak first, and whoever is against should go based on the order. So, Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, Honorable Speaker, sir. our order confines that the member must confine his debate for or against before a decision is taken. And the
Are
right
you sure there is anywhere in our standing rule that says that we have to follow it in that order? No.
Mr. Speaker, is there?
Where?
Let me take you page 59, Mr. Speaker, and I will read it. It says, page 59, rules of debate. A member shall not read his speech save if he's moving a motion. 1.4. A member must confine his contributions to the subject under discussion and may not introduce any matter irrelevant thereto.
So what is the matter that is irrelevant here?
Simple, Mr. Speaker.
I don't think what you are saying has anything to do with his contribution.
Mr. Speaker, the mover of the motion, or we, the movers of the motion, 111 or 12 of us, are talking about the recent increment which just happened about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. That is what we are talking in the motion.
Still, I do not see anything he has said that has contradicted, and I want to highlight this. He is not against what you are saying. What he's saying is that based on the mandate and terms of reference given to an earlier ad hoc committee, he believes that such issue is already part of the mandate given.
No,
it's
not.
Just an opinion.
It's not.
He's not criticizing, he's not saying anything against.
It's not, sir.
You understand?
Sir, the increment was done after that resolution was taken.
It's just a contribution, so you don't need to be alarmed about it. At the end, we'll put
Order.
Okay? So,
Order, please.
any more contribution? Honorable Ali Jesse.
Mr. Speaker, my very respected honorable colleagues, I remain Ali Issa JC, PhD, representing Balanga Billiri Federal Constituency from Gombe State. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, this motion is timely and is a very important motion. Today, because of the increase in the fuel prices, a lot of prices have escalated. Prices of food items, prices of transportations, and even healthcare services. I am happy that this house, that is the People's House, more than 100 members decided to bring this notice so that government should look at this with a human face. Mr. Speaker, Section 14(2)(b) of our Constitution clearly stated that the primary purpose of any government is to provide security and welfare of the people. Our concern should be the welfare of Nigerians, which I believe is not only in my constituency that the masses or the poor or the people are suffering. I believe most of the constituencies, people are suffering because of this increase. Let me also use the opportunity, Mr. Speaker, to borrow a word of our president. When he spoke then, he said, let the government allow the poor to breathe. Today, we are not only calling for government to allow the poor to breathe, we are calling of government not to remove the cylinder that the poor are already living under oxygen. If you remove the cylinder, we are not talking about breathe. We are talking about taking people's life. Government have to put human face. Government should listen to Nigerians. Whatever it will cause, whatever policies that can cause hardship to Nigerians, government should look at it and review it and allow the poor to breathe. I appeal to all members to give all the necessary support to this very important and timely bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I believe that since this motion is sponsored by all members of this House, that comprises of all political parties, a lot of members of this House, 101 members, 111 members in this House signed to support this motion. I believe they are speaking for their constituents. If there is any member that believes his constituents want the fuel price to keep on increasing,
Leader, I
is
think
free
you are
to
going
come
out
out and
of
tell Nigeria.
context.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Speaker.
for your
God bless you all.
Yes, my dear Chair.
Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my distinguished colleagues. Olumide Oshoba, representing Abeokuta North, Obafemi Ode, and Odeda Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, there is no member in this House that does not feel and empathize with his constituents. I appreciate the motion moved by 111 members, but what I would expect the minority leader to do is to amend his motion to read that the Joint Committee of the House and Senate that is already mandated to take care of this situation should speedily get to work. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Gadi. Please go ahead.
Thank you,
After
Mr. Speaker.
I will yield the floor to the leader, minority leader, thereafter Honorable Patrick.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable members, Yusuf Gagdi, PhD is my name. I represent Panshinkanke Kanam, Federal Constituency of Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, yes, it is a nice motion, very perfect, and well fitted in these chambers, because it is a motion that speaks for Nigerians and the situations that Nigerians are passing through. Mr. Speaker, just to remind this House of our primary responsibility, we know, but for the purpose of stating the obvious, we are to make laws for peace, order, and good governance. And what is good governance? The interest, the livelihoods, what Nigerians should benefit, what is being defined as a good governance. So therefore, when we are to speak for Nigerians, to call the attention of government in doing things in such a manner that should improve the life of Nigerians, Mr. Speaker, that is apt. It's allowed. And more so, this is a chamber that is meant for people to ventilate their opinions, whether you agree with one another or you do not agree with one another. At the end, the position of your law prevailed. I'm lost a little bit that I want my colleagues to think within the line of the last speaker, including the motion mover at the same time. Nobody is against any moves that will better the lots of the Nigerian people. Mr. Speaker, we are here to represent our people, the interests of those local people on the street. This is what we are here for. So, PIA is a creation of the National Assembly. It's a creation of this House of Representatives. The sector is being deregulated. But in times of debating on how to adjust the speed limit of government to coming to the aid of the common man on the street, we should avoid politics. We produce an act, a bill, here in the 9th Assembly, signed by the President. It becomes a law. And the sector is being deregulated by that law. And what is deregulation? Have we studied the deregulation? But again, inasmuch as a law exists, the consequences of the discharge of that law on the common man must be addressed, and we must speak about it. And I think that is the intention of this motion. So I'm calling our attention. One, does deregulation allow the price of petroleum products to be different in Lagos, in Abuja, in Jos, in Katsina, in Gombe? If the regulation allow that, why is the law, PIA bill that is being passed is now an act? Is it being respected by the public office holders appointed by this government to ensure decorum in that sector? If it is not, Mr. Speaker, our priority is on the suffering that our citizens are being felt and are being faced on the street. It is very important for us to draw a line where the interest of our citizen is being subjugated to all kinds of things, we try to come to the aid of the people. And again, Mr. Speaker, our colleagues should equally consider if there was a position mandating a committee to do this job, there is no gainsay, rhythm rolling, deliberating on an issue that decisions have already been taken about. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. Honorable George.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable George Ibezima Kozotinobi. I represent the good people of Njikoka and Ochadunukofia from Anambra State. I want to say that I'm totally in support of this motion, as it were. I want to draw the attention of all of us that in this recent past, the federal government gave a minimum wage of 70,000 a month. And just a week or two ago, there's an increase of fuel price. And I'm telling you from personal experience, my driver, I approved his transport of 3,000 transportation a day, has come up with a bill of 6,000 transportation a day just to come to work. And all these things is affecting the entire stress of our people. What does this dovetail to? We cannot transport food from our constituents, or our constituents cannot transport their produce from the farm to market with a much lesser cost. The increases of food in this country, somebody who is earning 70,000 a month, his 70,000 cannot last him for 3 days in this country, in the same government, the same policy. I want to thank God for the life of Aliko Dangote, who has, through other investors, have come up with a refinery. I want us to pressurize on the government, because not all countries that produces petroleum are in OPEC. We need to review our OPEC policy. We mustn't be in OPEC, because the only thing that will solve this problem of petroleum increase is to use what we have to solve our problem. In other words, I'm advocating that NNPC, the government, should, as a matter of policy, Mr. Speaker, to sell our crude oil we produce to Dangote at a reduced foreign exchange. Because their hands are tied, we will have to review the policy we have with OPEC. We mustn't be there. We have crude oil. Dangote must be giving our crude oil at a reduced foreign exchange, not on international standard. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Dr. Patrick?
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. My name is Honorable Dr.
Only two more will be entertained.
My name is Honorable Dr. Patrick Umar. I represent the entire people of Ikorekpene, Esienudum, Obodokara Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm a proud son of Akwa Ibom State. My contribution is simple. Let me first and foremost commend the minority leader for coming up with this motion. It is particularly very urgent, and it touches directly on the welfare of Nigerians. But then, we cannot make a caricature of the parliament by proliferating ad hoc committees to solve problems, whereas this same house has, in its creation, mandated a committee or an ad hoc committee to investigate issues or concerns in the petroleum industry. So let me say this in a hurry that I align with the submissions of my friend, Honorable Lumide Oshoba, that the motion in itself should be amended to reflect that in its relief, the ad hoc committee of this House, which is a joint committee of the House and the Senate, be mandated to look into these issues as raised in the motion moved by the minority leader. There is no need to belabor the issues because we are all aware that the issue with fuel increase in prices affects every Nigerian and affects the prices of goods at the market. And so we are at home with the issues, but then we should submit that the ad hoc committee of this House, which is a joint committee with the Senate, be allowed to look into these issues to help Nigerians. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any amendment? Honorable Chinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity again. My dear colleagues, firstly, I want to say that every responsive government or public office holder must listen to the feelings and yearnings of the people that you serve. I will also want to say that laws are made for man, not man for law. Again, for every law, there is the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. I'm saying this because of the argument of PIA. Yes, PIA has provided for deregulation, but what is the spirit behind PIA? Is it the same spirit that Nigerians are feeling today? Was that the reason why we enacted PIA? No. The answer is clear that it is no. And therefore, in implementing every law, we must look at the spirit behind it. And that's why we are saying, yes, the regulation is part of what we have yearned for, but how do we implement it with less burden on the Nigerian people? And that is the essence of the motion that we have brought. So we are not saying that we should completely abandon the PIA that we have passed as a law. But in implementing it, it must have human face. We must consider Nigerians in course of implementation. Now, aside that, we have a joint committee. I'm not particularly averse to amending the prayers of the motion. But also be aware that the joint committee of this House and Senate is not servicing the House alone. The House is debating this issue this morning. And I believe that a resolution of the House should be implemented by the House. Yes. And so we should look at it from that angle. Senators are not here. They are not making contributions in this debate. I don't know how right.
Leader, I assure you, this is a common issue and we'll make it work. We'll talk to the Senate counterpart and ensure that this particular aspect is integrated in the deliberations of the Joint Committee. So please go ahead and move.
But my dear colleagues, finally, I want to pray and urge us that in the interest of our nation, as Nigerians and as parliamentarians, that there is need for us to support this motion to ameliorate, reduce the sufferings of our people. Thank you, sir.
So are you moving for the amendment to refer this motion to an ad hoc committee?
I'm moving, sir. Amendment.
I just want to be guided with the position of the minority leader because you didn't talk.
I'm not moving for an amendment, but what I have just said is that whatever decision the House takes, I will comply with the majority decision.
Anyone who wants to amend? Okay, Abdul Samad.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. I remain Abdul Samad Dasuki, representing Kebetambual from Sokoto State and one of the co-sponsors of this all-important motion to support the Nigerian people. My amendment is that prayer 6 The prayer 6 here reads that the House Committee on Petroleum Downstream and Legislative Compliance to ensure compliance and report back. My amendment is we take it from that committee and move this motion to the committee, the ad hoc committee, the House of the Joint House. Honorable Speaker, sir, my amendment, sir, is we move it to the ad hoc committee that was set up by this chamber. That is what I moved. It's not joint, no, it's the House Committee.
Any seconder to this? A seconder. Honorable Miriam.
No, but it's ad hoc committee.
Is already what? What? Oh, it was earlier made? By who? Oh, you already... Oh, fantastic. Then let's look for a seconder. And I would want to ask Honorable Abdul Samad, since he proposed now, to second it.
Mr. Speaker, thank you once again for giving me what I'm instructed is to second because it was already proposed. So I second the amendment that this motion be moved to the joint ad hoc committee. Ako in the House Committee. Ako House Committee. No. See.
Did you second? Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the ad hoc committee earlier inaugurated for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, the first business of the day is presentation of 20 bills. I now invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right, Honorable
Order, please.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Nigeria Sports Arbitration Tribunal Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Order, please.
2024, first
Honorable
reading.
colleagues, please return to your seats. Order, please.
Institute of Chartered Biochemists and Molecular Biologists of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, sixth alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Petroleum Industry Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Ijero Ekiti State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal University of Solid Mineral Resources Development, Bukuru, GL, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal University of Nursing and Midwifery, FOBO, Establishment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, sixth alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, sixth alteration Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, sixth alteration Bill 2024, first reading.
Order, please. Honorable colleagues, please return to your seat, please.
Federal Polytechnic Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. National Broadcasting Commission Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999, alteration Bill 2024, first reading.
Come back to your seat.
Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Digital Rights and Freedom Bill 2024, first reading. Sea Fisheries Act Amendment Bill 2024, first reading. Federal University of Medical and Health Sciences,
go back to your seat.
River State Establishment Bill 2024, first reading.
Honorable colleagues, the second business of the day is presentation of a report of the Committee on Police Affairs on the bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Police Act 2020 to review the services of police personnel, improve the experience and expertise of the police workforce, retain experienced personnel and reduce the cost of training and recruiting new officers, improve the morale, performance, and job satisfaction, and to address the shortage of experienced police personnel and for related matters, standing in the name of Honorable Mikey Eleman. Honorable members will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Tuesday, 21st May 2024. The report is ready for presentation. Honorable Eleman is hereby invited to present the report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I am Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Malamuduru Kaugama Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I rise this afternoon to move a motion that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Police Affairs on a bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Police Act 2020 to review the service year of police personnel in order to improve the experience and expertise of the police workforce, to retain experience and personnel and reduce the cost of training and recruiting new officers, improve morale, personnel, and job satisfaction to address the shortage of experienced police personnel and for the related matters. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, sir, like you rightly stated, the bill was referred to the Committee on Police Affairs on Tuesday, 21st May 2024, and the committee thereafter conducted a public hearing on the subject matter. The report is now ready for submission. With your kind permission, Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I would like to lay the report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Is the deputy chairman around? Deputy chairman of the committee? No? Any seconder? Honorable Miriam.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Princess Miriam Odinaka Onoha. I represent the people of Okigwe, Onoimo, Isi Alamba, North Federal Constituency. I am from Imo State, the land of peace, the land of hope, the land of hospitality. I rise to second this motion that this House do receive the report as ready for submission by my brother, Honorable Maki Yeleman. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Please go ahead and lay your report, Honorable. The first order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act to establish Federal Medical Center Usung Atiat, Ukana for local government, Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Thursday, 10th October 2024. I therefore call on the Leader of the House to move that the bill be read the third time. Before you proceed, my attention has just been drawn that orders 14, 1 to 4 are all on the same subject matter, so permit me to read the orders and then you can take them along. The second order of the day is third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Agriculture, UTE OPU, to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration and for related matters, also standing in the name of the House Leader. The third order of the day is third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Agriculture, Aguila, Benue State, to provide full-time courses of agriculture teaching, instruction, and training in the sciences, social sciences, commerce, arts, applied sciences, management, and humanities, and carry out research, innovation, and development, and adaptation of teaching techniques, and for related matters, also standing in the name of the House Leader. The fourth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Federal University of Agriculture Act, Cap F22, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to establish the Federal University of Agriculture, Fiditi, Oyo State, and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee on the Whole on the bill on Thursday, 10th October 2024. So these are the 4 bills for consideration on third reading. The House Leader, you can please rise and move for the adoption.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker, my distinguished honorable colleagues. Abdullah Ibrahim Ali Alims is my name. I am from Kogi State, and I represent the very wonderful and resourceful people of Ankpa Omala Olawampara Federal Constituency. I rise this morning to move for the third reading of the following bills. Number 1, a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act to establish Federal Medical Center, Usung, Atiat, Ukanafom, Local Government, Akwa Ibom State, and for related matters, HB 957. Second, a bill for an act to establish Federal University of Agriculture, Ute Upu, to make comprehensive provision for its due management and administration, and for related matters, HB 105. Third one, a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Agriculture, Ajila, Benue State, to provide full-time courses of agriculture, teaching, instruction, and training in the sciences, social sciences, commerce, arts, applied sciences, management, and humanities, and carry out research, innovation, development, and adaptation of teaching techniques, and for related matters, 2024 HB 11. And the fourth one, a bill for an act to amend the Federal Universities of Agriculture, Cap F22, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to establish the Federal University of Agriculture, Fiditi, Uyo, Oyo State, and for related matters, HB 1269. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for the third reading of the bills HB 957, HB 105, HB 11, and HB 1269. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk. Honorable Manuzoro and Amos, are you parading yourself for photograph or what?
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act to establish Federal Medical Center, Usung,
Honorable Lillian,
Atiat,
can you sit
Ukanu
properly?
Local government area
And
of
sit
Akwa Ibom.
responsibly.
Order, please. Order. Honorable Desuki.
A bill for an act to establish Federal University of Agriculture, Ute Upu, to make comprehensive provision for its due management and administration and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish Federal College of Agriculture, Agila, Benue State, to provide full-time courses of agriculture, teaching, instruction, and training in sciences, social sciences, commerce, arts, applied sciences, management, and humanities, and carry out research, innovation, development, and adaptation of teaching techniques, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Federal Universities of Agriculture Act, F22, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to establish the Federal University of Agriculture, Fiditi, Oyo State, and for related matters. Third reading.
Bills read the third time and pass. The fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal University of Technology, Ilaro, to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Oh. Sorry, it has been taken, it's part of the ones that have been taken, right? Okay. Honorable members will recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. The bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 15th October 2024, and I invite the leader to move that the bill be now read a second time.
Excellency, Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, Abdullah Ibrahim Ali Halims is my name. Once again, I rise to move that a bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal University of Technology, Ilaro, to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration and for related matters, SB 345, from the Senate bill be read second time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I most humbly rise to second the motion for the second reading of the bill SB 345. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act provide for establishment of Federal University of Technology, Ilaro, to make comprehensive provision for its due management and administration and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. The sixth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to upgrade the College of Health Sciences and Technologies, Zamfara State, to provide full-time courses in health sciences and technology and other fields of studies, and to produce high-quality medical professionals with broad knowledge, skills, and value, to strengthen institutional capacity for disease control and surveillance, as well as bridging the gap in medical research, and to make provisions for the general administration of the university and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader, honorable members recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. This bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 15th October 2024, and I invite the leader to move that the bill be now read a second time.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Abdullah Ibrahim Ali Halims is my name. I rise once again to move that a bill for an act to upgrade the College of Health Sciences and Technologies, Safed, Zamfara State, to provide full-time courses in health sciences and technology and other fields of studies, and to produce high-quality medical professionals with broad knowledge, skills, and value, to strengthen institutional capacity for disease control and surveillance, as well as bringing the gap in medical research, and to make provision for the general administration of the university and for related matters, SB 161, be read the second time. This is Senate bill for concurrence. Thank you.
Minority Leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for the second reading of SB 161. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to upgrade the College of Health Sciences and Technologies, AFE, Zamfara State, to provide full-time courses in health sciences and technology and other fields of studies, and to produce high-quality medical professionals with broad knowledge, skills, and value, to strengthen institutional capacity for disease control and surveillance, as well as bridging the gap in medical research, and to make provision for the general administration of the university and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. The seventh order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act, Cap A12, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to make provision for establishment of Federal College of Agriculture, Kagarku, Kaduna State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Gabriel Salazok, honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 11 June 2024. I'll now invite Honorable Zok to move that the bill be read a second time. Is Honorable Zok around?
Yeah, I'm here, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and this honorable House. I bring you the good greetings of people of Kachia, Kagarko Federal Constituency. They said I should greet you all. And they also sent me to present this very important bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria, CAP 812 law of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to make provision for establishment of Federal College of Agri Kagarko, Kaduna State. And for the related matter, I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Right, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Yusuf Kure Baraje. I represent the good people of Boso, Paikoro. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I'm from Niger State. I rise this afternoon, Mr. Speaker, to second the motion ably moved by my brother, Honorable Zok. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Honorable Zok, I think this is an establishment bill. It doesn't need any debate. So with your kind permission, we'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to amend the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act CAP 812 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to make provision for establishment of Federal College of Agriculture, Kagarko, Kaduna State, and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. Oh, sorry. Bill referred to the Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions for further legislative action. The eighth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to provide for establishment of the National Institute for Film and Media Technology, Ukau, Ebonyi State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Kama Iken Kama, honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 3rd October 2024. I now invite Honorable Kama to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, Kama Nkem Kama is my name. I represent the awesome people of Ohozara, Onitsha, Ivo Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, the Iazanzao, I'm from Ebonyi State, the south of the nation. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I bring you good tidings from the great people of my constituency and Nigerians at large. Honorable colleagues, this is a bill for an act to provide for establishment of the National Institute for Film and Media Technology at Okao in Ebonyi State. Honorable colleagues, this bill...
Professor Lillian, please can you find your seat? You can sit next to my dear brother.
This bill is a very important one, and I move that this House see the need to allow it to be read for the second time. And so, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.
Honorable Lillian, can you second? I'm sure you know the subject matter, don't you? Go ahead, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Professor Lillian Orobu, I represent Okan North and South Federal Constituency from Anambra State. Mr. Speaker, I stand here to second this motion. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This, again, is an establishment bill, so we'll save you the pain of explaining to members we'll just go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act provide for establishment of the National Institute for Film and Media Technology, UKAU, Ebonyi State, and for related matters. Second reading.
Bill referred to the Committee on Information, National Orientation, Ethics, and Values for further legislative action. The ninth order of the day is a motion on outstanding bills from President Assembly, standing in the name of Honorable Francis E. Waive. Honorable Waive is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Francis Ejirogane Waive is my name, and I represent the entire people of Ugele North, Ugele South, and Udu. I'm from Delta State. I rise to move for the consideration for the outstanding bills from preceding assembly to be recommitted. One, prevention, prohibition, and redressal of sexual harassment in tertiary institutions bill, HB 1598, Federal University of Health Sciences and Technology, Kanika, Katsina State, HB 1582, Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2024, HB 1386, Nigerian Health Infrastructural Development Bank Establishment Bill 2023, HB 1816, Nigerian Police Force College Training School and Institution Establishment Bill 2023, HB 1794. The House knows that pursuant to Order 12 through 17 of the Standing Orders of the House may, upon being regazetted or circulated, reconsider in the Committee of the Whole, without commencing de novo the bills whose report were presented by the committee before consideration, passed by the House and forwarded to the Senate for concurrence, for which no concurrence was made or negative, passed by the Senate and forwarded to the House, for which no concurrence was made or negative, passed by the preceding assembly and forwarded to the President for assent, but for which assent or withholding thereof was not communicated before the end of the tenure of the preceding assembly. Also notes that the aforementioned bills were passed by the preceding assembly and forwarded to the President for assent, but for which assent or withholding thereof was not communicated before the end of the tenure of the last assembly. Aware that the bills were read for the first time in the House as HB 1598, HB 1582, 1386, 816 respectively, the House resolves to recommit the bills to the Committee of the Whole for consideration. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
The Deputy Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm Honorable Bello Isa Ambarura, representing Guadabawa Ilela Federal Constituency from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I rise up to support the motion ably moved by my chairman that the motions for consolidation of the outstanding bills from the preceding assembly. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in favor of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. These bills are referred to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. The 10th order of the day is a motion on the need to investigate NNPC Exploration and Production Limited refusal to remit the statutory 3% actual annual operating expenditure to AFAM Host Community Development Trust Fund, standing in the name of Honorable Felix Uche Nweke. Honorable Nweke is hereby invited to move the motion.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, my name is Nweke Felix Uche. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to bring this motion to this House so that we will know the sufferings and the plight of oil host communities. My motion is this: need to investigate NNPC Exploration and Production Limited, refusal to remit the statutory 3% actual annual operating expenditure to AFAM Host Community Development Trust Fund. The House notes Section 240, Subsection 1 and 2 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021 establishes a host communities development trust fund, and each settler or operator is to make an annual contribution of an amount equaling 3% of its actual operating expenditure to the host communities development trust fund. Also note that the NNPC Exploration and Production Limited, operating within the AFAM oil field OML 11, has neglected, refused, and ignored to make any remittance to the AFAM Host Community Development Trust Fund. The House further notes that the refusal and neglect is a contravention of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, which is a product of the National Assembly and a law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, worried that the continued neglect and refusal to remit the statutory percentage by the NNPC Exploration and Production Limited is capable of breaching peace, hinder oil and gas exploration activities, and negatively impact on the nation's commonwealth and revenue. The House resolves to mandate the Committee on Host Communities to investigate NNPC Exploration and Production Limited refusal to comply with the provisions of Section 240, Subsection 2 of the Petroleum Industry Act as it relates to AFAM community and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Amendment? Okay. Honorable Ambarura.
The People's Speaker. Mr. Speaker, considering the magnanimity of this motion, I have to amend the prayer 1 as suggested by the mover of this motion, my good friend Felix. Mr. Speaker, what I want to suggest is that this prayer is beyond the capacity of the host community. So what I like to suggest, an ad hoc committee be set up to investigate this matter. That is my own prayer, Mr. Prayer, or the amendment.
We're sure that I thought this is just related to a community. It's not something that is general or holistic. I would have suggested that perhaps to you, but if you insist, it is okay, that maybe more communities that are oil-related be involved in this investigation rather than host community alone. But it's up to you.
That's a little amendment of the matter, Mr. Speaker. I say
So-
that is a little amendment of the matter because the host community has been handling this issue for long. So by making the ad hoc committee, we are putting more weight in order to investigate this matter properly.
Okay, if you insist that you are opting for ad hoc committee, we get a seconder first and hear what members will say about that. Doctor.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Dr. Gali Mustafa Tijani. I rise to second the motion as moved by a colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. I'll put the question again. Those in support should say aye. Those against should say nay. The nays have it. Amendment, Honorable Isiaka.
Amendment.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker of our own time. I'm Right Honorable Dr. Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka. I speak for the entire Nigerians who have a source for Iwekoro Federal Constituency. I'm from Ogun State, Mr. Speaker. I want to seek the leave of the House to draw attention to Section 242, that the host communities was not specifically mentioned. For me to now amend these, I would love to say that this prayer should read, mandate the committees, as joint committees on host communities, petroleum upstream, petroleum downstream, and midstream, to ensure compliance, because we are talking about compliance here, to Section 242, which will now be an omnibus to cover all the host communities as captured under this section of the Act, so that maybe tomorrow the one from Obelema, the one from Eket will not now come to sit up be talking about this host community. Since the Act has succinctly captured host communities as beneficiaries, the joint committees will now ensure that's the investigation and ensure compliance to that section, which of course will definitely capture AFAM, not to water down the mover of the intent for moving this motion. I so move.
But don't you think you will water it down if you say the whole entire? We have not received any complaint from any community that their interest has not been taken care of. I don't know how many communities are entitled, but if you make it general, are we not watering down his motion?
AFAM is still there, and other communities, is what I'm saying, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay, let's find out from members. Any seconder to this amendment? The chair, AZDC.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Chris Nkwonta, and I represent the good people of Okwa East and Okwa West Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to second this, the amendment that was made by my honorable colleague, and to also add that this problem is not peculiar.
You can't add, Honorable Chair.
Okay. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this amendment should say aye. Those against should say nay. I will put the question again. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The nays have it. Any more amendments? The last one, Honorable Sesi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Let me start by appreciating the mover of this motion. And Mr. Speaker, it is also important that I also reference the Section 240, subsection 2, cited by my colleague, is explicit about the percentage that is due to host communities. And in doing this, this particular agency has to do with exploration. And as you know, Mr. Speaker, that anything that has to do with exploration is a mandate of a committee of petroleum resources upstream. So my prayers will be that we amend the only prayer there to add committee on upstream, which actually oversights NEPL to this prayer, sir.
Any seconder to this motion? Honorable Pascal.
Yes, thank you, my
Most Reverend the Speaker of the 10th Assembly, Honorable Pascal Abodike, I speak for Ihala Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the well thought out motion by my colleague. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of this motion as amended should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Host Communities and Petroleum Upstream for further legislative action. The 10th order of the day.
Point of order.
The 11th order of the day is a motion on the need to address erosion trade.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, what's your point of order?
The main motion was not seconded. His main
It
motion.
was seconded now.
His main motion, no. It was not seconded. No, it was not. Who seconded?
The clerk, is what he's saying correct or what? It has been seconded, right? Pardon? I'm not hearing you. Can you use your microphone?
Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Ahmed Idris. I represent Wase, Federal Constituency. I'm saying procedurally, we have passed that stage. You should have brought his point of order at the time the motion was about to be taken. And up to the point of amendment, we have passed it, and then question put and answered by the House, I think we have passed the stage, sir. Thank you, sir.
And after all, I remember saying that motion as amended would take care of that. And it was seconded. Thank you, my dear brother, for that information. It's noted. The 11th order of the day is a motion on the need to address erosion threat to all Sapele Agbo Road at Obi Nomba, Omukwata Kingdom, Okuani local government area of Delta State, standing in the name of Honorable Nnamdi Ezechi. Honorable Ezechi is hereby invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, Nnamdi Ezechi is my name, and I represent Ndokwa Okwani Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Delta State. I rise here this afternoon to move this very important motion on the urgent need to address erosion threat in Old Saple Agbo Road at Obinomba, Obiaroko, and Umukwada Kingdom, Ukwane local government area of Delta State. The House note that the Old Saple Agbo Road at Obinomba and Umukwata, including Obiaroko Kingdom, section in Ukwane local government area of Delta State, serve as critical route for transportation connecting to communities and promoting economic activities within the area. Also know that the road, which was tarred to facilitate vernacular movement, is severely threatened by erosion, which has almost destroyed significant portions of the road, making it dangerous for road users and posing serious risk to nearby properties and buildings. Worried that the continued deterioration of the old Saple Agbo Road will disrupt economic activities, hinder access to market, schools, and healthcare facilities, and significantly increase the hardship faced by residents who depends on this road for daily movement. The House resolve urge the Federal Ministry of Works and Federal Ministry of Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, to address immediately conduct of a technical assessment of the erosion situation along Old Saple Agbo Road at Obinomba, Obiaroko, and Umukwada Kingdom sections to prevent further damage to the road, and mandate the Committee on Works and FEMA to liaise with the Federal Ministry of Works and FEMA to make adequate provision for the erosion control and rehabilitation at Obinomba, Ubiaroko, Umukwata section of Old Sapele Agbo Road in the 2025 budget estimate. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so move.
Any seconder? Honorable Bapa.
Distinguished Honorable Speaker Ian Zazo, honorable colleagues, my name is Aliyu Bapa Misau, FCNA, representing the good people of Misau Damban Federal Constituency. I stand to second the motion heavily moved by my colleagues. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is a disaster-related motion, so it doesn't need any further debates. So with your kind permission, we'll just put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Aviation for further legislative action. Honorable members, the biggest announcement of the day. Sorry, point of correction. The referral committee is supposed to be Committee on Works and Federal Road Maintenance, FEMA, for further legislative action. Point of correction, please. I earlier said that we have a big announcement coming from Malang Usman Kumo, the Chief Whip of the House. We don't know until we read his message. We'll know. His announcement goes as follows. This is to inform honorable members that have been conferred with a doctorate degree in transformational leadership and community development honoris causa from International Leadership Manpower and Management Development Institute, London. This conferment is a recognition of my myriad of contributions to the society in leadership and community development. Announcer Honorable Kumo, Chief Whip, but he put an addendum that after this announcement, anyone who does not give him his true respect by adding doctor in his list of names will be sanctioned as the Chief Whip of the House. So please, in your own interest, take note and abide. And please congratulate him on behalf of the House. Congrats, my dear brother, more grease to your elbow, and keep the flag flying. Congrats. Honorable colleagues, the 12th order of the day is a motion on a call on airline operators to compensate passengers for flight cancellation and delays. Standing in the name of Honorable Chinedu Emeka Martins, Honorable Martins is hereby invited to move his motion. Honorable Martins?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. I remain Honorable Emeka Chinedu. I represent the hospitable people of Ahia Zumbise, and this is the federal constituency. I'm from Imo State. Mr. Speaker, I hereby rise to move a motion on the call on airline operators to compensate passengers for flight cancellation and delays. The House notes the frequency and severity of flight delays in the aviation sector in Nigeria, which are causing disruption and distress to aviation travelers, to air travelers. concerned about the statistics published by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, which indicate persistently high level of delays and cancellations at Nigerian airports. NCCA latest report published in July 2023 revealed that 55% of the 18,288 domestic flights were delayed or canceled between January and March 2023. A previous report from the same source, published in July 2020, showed that 64% of 17,137 domestic flights were also delayed or canceled between April and June 2022. The House is worried that the continuous delays and cancellation can result in extra transportation expenses, missed appointment, lost revenues, and eventually give passengers emotional distress and frustrations. The House is worried that the flight disruption can disproportionately affect persons with disability, elderly, and those with limited financial resources, posing unique challenges such as difficulty in obtaining assistance. The House is further worried that the aviation industry has been severely impacted by economic conditions, including inflation, supply chain disruption, and high fuel prices. The House therefore believes that Section 14 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, requires that the government is to protect the rights of its citizens, including the right to compensation in the event of a flight delays and cancellation, and that airlines should be held accountable for any failure to meet this obligation, that passengers should be compensated if a flight is delayed for reasons outside of their control. The House further commends the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCCA, for introducing penalties for airline cancellation or delaying flights. However, the penalties are inadequate to address the inconveniences experiences affected by passengers. Passengers should be compensated to prevent airlines from providing substandard services to the nation. Cognizance of the need for the airlines to make its policies on refunds clear and transparent so that the passengers can make an informed choice about their travel arrangement, thereby promoting accountability and fairness to this industry. Therefore, the House resolved to, 1, urge the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace to enforce refund and compensation for passengers by the airline operators in the event of flight delays and cancellation. 2, mandate the Committee on Aviation to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Amendment, Mr. Speaker.
Amendment.
Point of order. Honorable Ahmed Wase.
Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, I'm not against the motion, I'm for it, but my brother quoted Section 14 here, and it's misleading. Section 14 is not talking about what he's saying here, sir. So that's the point of correction I want to bring, so that the House rolls out what is supposed to be correct.
Can you please, for guidance, read the Section 14?
Thank you, sir.
Based on what you have seen. So
Section
that will
14
be
says the
according to
federal
guidance.
government of Nigeria shall be a state based on principles, democracy, and social justice. It is hereby accordingly declared that sovereignty belongs to the people and from whom government, through the Constitution, derives its power. And you go up to federal character. That's why I have to quickly bring it.
Is that exactly what you wanted to quote? Or?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Probably, thank you for the correction by the leader. Probably there's a typographical error, so I want to take to his amendment.
What did you take? Because you have to quote the relevant to support your
Okay,
motion.
I think it's 14 subsection 3.
Read it.
Yes.
Can you read it?
Oh, unfortunately, I don't have my constitution here.
Somebody should borrow you so that we know.
Leader. Okay. My dear Speaker, I read. 14.2b reads that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of the government, which is the right of the people here, Mr. Speaker, we're talking about.
Is that the message that you wanted to convey?
That is correct, Mr. Speaker.
As per this motion?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you. Point of order, noted and sustained. Thank you very much. Any, Honorable Kelechi?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, my name is Honorable Kelechi Mugu. I represent the people of Ichiomoma constituency. I'm from River State. Right, Mr. Speaker, I want to remind this House that I've moved this motion, this same exact motion, and you refer this matter to House Committee on Aviation. If you could remember, I stand to be corrected. I moved this motion myself.
When was that?
I think that was like 2 or 3 months ago, but I can't remember. But if you call the Committee on Aviation, I think we'll be able to recall. I've moved this same motion just to draw the House.
The chair rules, please can you clarify?
Last legislative session, not this session.
Yeah, but what did the law say, or the rule says? I thought it says after 12 months. It didn't say legislative session. It says you
No,
can
it's a
only
session,
represent after 12 months.
It's a session, it says, sir.
So if somebody moved a motion, let's say June 10.
June 10, yes.
And then 3 months after resumption, September, it is moved.
Yes,
again.
particularly
Was
when
different person?
Particularly when the referred committee has not done within the limit. Yeah, we are even going to do a rescission tomorrow for the.
But unless you do a rescission, are you sure that we are legally bound to take this motion if it has been presented less than 12 months ago?
If Mr. Speaker insists we do a rescission before the motion goes on, we'll do the rescission tomorrow.
Rescission of what are you going to do tomorrow?
Of the previous one, because the committee has not acted on it, Mr. Speaker.
But there are so many committees who have not actually acted within the last 6 months.
In fact,
Are we
the last one,
isolating
yeah.
this one that you said is just 3 months ago?
No, it's more than 3 months, Mr. Speaker. 3 months we were on recess. We were on recess 3 months ago.
I think the position of our rules is 12 months. We can only present a motion after 12 months if there is no any action taken. But I do not think. But let's hear from the learned people who probably must have studied that aspect. I start with Honorable Idris Ahmed Wasim. Let's hear what he's saying to tap from his experience.
Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, my name is Ahmed Idris. I represent Wasefel constituency of Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, you are the Speaker of this Parliament. So the interpretation of our laws is squarely lies in your own table. I think you are trying to be magnanimous for us to contribute. What my brother tried to guide us, I don't think that is the position of the House rules. If we have a motion that's a referral, it's expected that the committee should be charged to turn in their report, not to come with another motion that can create confusion, because the House may, if not because of the guidance, take a decision that may put us in conflict, possibly refer it to other committee, which is there's that possibility, or refer it to another committee that will bring the House to problem. And so I think the right procedure and the procedure is that the committee should be allowed to conclude their work. And since the mention has been made to us, sir, that there was a motion on the floor, and nobody is in contention that that motion was on the floor. Exactly. And since that's been taken, the right thing, sir, for me and for my opinion.
Thank you so much,
thank you, sir.
Right Honorable. Why I even invited you to speak is because the chairman rules is still arguing that the bill need not to be up to 12 months. Once it is passed in the last legislative year, it is good to go, even at the beginning of another, which I still find it to be a little bit not comfortable. But I think the position is clear. It has been presented by somebody in the past, and it has been referred to the committee. So I think the best thing to do is to request the mover of this particular motion to kindly ask for us to stand out this particular motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I remain Honorable Emeka Chinedu. I represent the hospitable people of Ahia Zumbise Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, by the leave of the House, I hereby step this motion down. Thank you.
This motion is stepped down by the leave of the House. Please, just a piece of announcement. The chair rules, please, if you can help us guide by giving us a comprehensive list against Tuesday next week of all referrals that have been made within the last legislative year, which have not been reported back to the plenary, for us to capture and, if possible, give them a little more time to present their reports and or face the consequences of being excused from those responsibilities. Thank you so much. Honorable members, I think we have come to the end of today's plenary. I'll call on the leader of the House to move that we adjourn.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues. Abdullah Ibrahim Ali is my name. I am from Kogi State, and I represent the marvelous people of Hankpa Malala Federal Constituency. To the glory of God, we've come to the end of today's session. I rise to move that the House do move adjourn to tomorrow, same time, same place for continuation of sitting. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for adjournment. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is it. House adjourned to tomorrow, Thursday, 11 a.m.